Hey!
Hey!
We're here. Here we are.
We did that at the same time, then.
I found
I've
us.
been here
We're
for ages.
There they are, dear.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Whippet build with the three veterans. This reprobate down here is Gary.
Yeah, you got it right.
This one down here is John. He's the one that should be upside down in real life.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And that one's
Mike.
Mike.
That's Mikey up there, yeah.
Yeah.
Overseeing it all. With his
Rough.
finger on the pulse.
Actually, sitting up there, it reminds me of course it's a good idea, that Monty Python skit.
He looks like Brian Blessed's love child.
It probably is. Did you have a beard when you were about 4?
I was born with it, mate.
Yeah, unreal.
Oh dear. Right. What you been doing this week then, John?
What have I been doing? What I've been working on, modelling wise, I've been doing the 148 scale kinetic FA18 A Hornet build progresses, so that's coming along, and I'm quite happy with that. It's getting hard to hold because all the ordnance and stuff are starting to go on. What else have I been doing? Booked a holiday to go to Hawaii with my darling wife in about 3 weeks' time. Yeah, drop that in. And
there's not be much left to see there after all that fire.
Oh, is there a fire there?
It was a couple of years ago, wasn't there?
No, it was last year.
Last year, was it?
Yeah,
Wow,
so yeah, we'll be spending time
flies.
on Oahu and the Big Island, so it's going to be amazing. So, yeah, and then assembling a barbecue. But
It's going to be amazing, John, but it won't be Telford.
Telford? Have I mentioned, Gary, that I've been to Telford? I don't know if you've mentioned it before. Have you heard of the place?
Try not to mention it. It's somewhere in the Midlands. Mikey, what have you been up to?
Me? Sod all, mate.
Sod
I've been trying to sort this video out, but I've also buggered my hand up and all sorts.
Oh, no. There's a lot of sickness going around in the Friends of Models for Heroes gang at the moment with you and Mr. Skiffins. And
yeah, but mine's just pain. Skiffins nearly died.
Yes.
There's a bit of a difference.
Yeah. I did speak to him yesterday, and he was a bright and breezy, happy chappy.
Oh yeah, he's full of wit, wasn't he?
While he waits for his triple bypass.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
Well, me this week has been a busy week. Oh, busy. So now with my newfound fame, I'm thinking I'm going to have to get a manager. On Saturday, I was at Key Model World at the NEC in Birmingham.
Did you get recognised?
I had to fight them off, autograph hunters. Phone calls from Kylie Minogue and Taylor Swift. It was terrible. That was a good show.
Like, what's all this on? You're coming with me.
It was an interesting show because it had 3 modelling genres, if you like: scale models, model railways, and remote controlled vehicles, all under one roof. It was very good. And I was there with Models for Heroes with Steph and John, the mad professor, who keeps coming up with strange ideas, and he is in chat at the moment. So I did that on Saturday. Spent Sunday.
Are you ready, guys? 1, 2, 3, and sitting on the top of the bay.
Our own Otis Redding is in the house. But as I was saying, having done Key Model World, I then I did 2 videos for the channel. One has gone out already, which is a very short show report, and I've also redone a video that goes out next week on an unboxing of the inspiration box from Brewbox. So that's some stuff coming up. And yesterday I spent the day masking.
Oh, interesting.
So that's my 410, Messerschmitt 410 Airfix 172nd. That's in paint. Today's all about the Whippet.
It is.
Whippet good.
Yes.
Whippet real good.
I thought I'd get that out of the way
That's
early.
fantastic.
So let's go through the comments before we can crack on. So Tiff says, "Good morning."
Good morning, Tiff.
I replied,
Morning
"Tiff said, can't wait to watch you guys again. Should be another good stream."
You need to
see,
get out
we
more,
have,
Tiff.
we have a fan.
You need to get out more, Tiff.
We have a fan. This is Ace.
Yeah.
There's me. There's Ungary.
Ungary.
There's Kerry saying, "Morning, Dad."
Morning,
Hi, Kerry.
daughter.
Sorry.
Was that spillover from last week, John?
There he is.
Morning, all from
The
Mr.
Mad
Mayfield.
Professor. There's our
Good morning
Otis.
from Otis.
Yeah. Watch him before he goes to work.
Tiff
Watch
says,
the
"Listening
ships
in,
work.
just busy doing housework."
Oh,
80 says, "Not till after 1 p.m.
that's when he'll be sitting on the dock of the bay.
Yep. Jake says, "Hi, Pops."
Morning, RJK.
You know, me. No, this one.
Yeah.
This one here as well.
What about Uncle Mikey and Uncle John?
Yeah. The kangaroo hunter and the Welsh dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as I call them, the kangaroo hunter and the wanker. But anyway, moving on.
Yep, we're over 30 seconds. That's fine.
Jake will now refer to you as the wanker.
Listen, Wallaby.
Hello. All right. So, what are we up
Look,
to in the Whippet? What did we get to last week, Gary?
Ooh,
Well, let
Gary,
me just
Gary
let
has
me-
to go back a step.
let me just use my technical abilities to automatically drop the camera down.
Ooh, that's a fine gut you've got there, Gary.
All bought and paid for. Whereas let me just align things. Zoom in a bit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That way.
It's a fuel tank for a sex machine. Right. Now,
Ew. Old man joke. Ooh.
what happened was I got a bit carried away last week and I put all these together. These, you know, so it sort of looks something like that. And then someone pointed out this bit needed to go in the middle. Oops. So I removed the parts, and today I'm going to figure out how to get that on there. And then
By
I should
following the instructions.
Well, I'm finding the instructions a little bit confusing because that's it. It just says stick it in there somewhere. So we're gonna play around and try and do that.
Alrighty then.
What about you guys? Where are you on your Whippet build?
Right. So, much the same. So, 2 weeks ago, the hull is together. That's ready for moving on to the next bit. So last week was I had a really good time. So yeah, moving on
It's
is
really,
just
really fun.
same deal. The wheels are in place on one side. So yeah, it's pretty much where Gary is. Fit the mud chutes. And then moving on. So yeah. So the design of this tank is really goes that way ish. So any mud, the top of the track there would be open on the inside. So any mud that sort of collects and all that sort of stuff would, as it rattles along the return rollers, just sort of hopefully shake loose, slide down this side and then off the side of the vehicle and not get it bogged down. Whether they worked or not, I don't know. I wasn't there, but yes, there we
They
are.
seem to work from the pictures.
Yeah, it seems so. Yeah, but not many other tanks had them. But it wasn't the only tank that had them.
Didn't the Matilda have them in the Second World War? There we go.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, same sort of deal. Again, I don't know how well that worked, but that was more, being that one in the desert was more dust than mud, I'd imagine. Anyway,
I've
so that's what I'm up to. What about you, Mikey?
Well, I've just done the wheels, but as we talk about other stuff we're doing before, a little hint as to what my next video is going to be about.
Ooh. Would that be a Deltic by any chance?
It is.
See, I know about
And
trains
it's going to
too.
be a series of videos going on from kit review, going up to the build and stuff, and talk about the engineering and history around it.
Right.
Coolio.
Question, Gary.
Well,
Gary, had you all your little rollers, the wheels at the bottom, had they been glued in or just press fit?
I have pressed them in.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
I mean,
I am tempted. I am tempted to glue them in because I'm not intending to go brum 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 with the tank.
I mean, they roll, but there's just no way it's going to work. I don't think, but it doesn't matter. They're not going to go anywhere. Once I get the other side on, they're not going to shake loose or anything else.
And I've just managed to suss out how these bits go in. It helps if you're looking at the right part on the instructions.
So another bit of history, as far as I know, because it's only because it was mentioned in the Tank Chats video from the Tank Museum at Bovington. The secret of the Whippet was this design here. The return rollers at the bottom with the large circles on it had roller bearings. So they're the main ones that contacted the ground, and that then gave it its speed. So the other tanks didn't have them. The Mark 1, Mark 4, that series of tanks had a lot of rollers as well, but they didn't have roller bearings on the ground contact ones. So that's a bit of a fun fact.
There you go. Jake, there will be a quiz at the end.
Yes. Well, I do love engineering and history and historical engineering.
So we have a couple more comments. Apparently, Jake is watching from his bed.
Well, he's a 14-year-old, isn't he? He doesn't rise until.
Yeah. Did you know Gary had a birthday the other day?
He did. Last Thursday, in fact.
Yes.
Yes. He's apparently he got a brand new mic streaming setup for his computer, and I'm going to get his old mic. I
think what you should do is give him 20 quid to come and show you how to set up microphones.
Do not offer the boy money, for God's sake. Do not offer the boy money.
I'm not offering it. You are.
He's very mercenary.
It's worth it for your fan base, Gary.
Right, okay.
Could Kaylee, would she like a new mic?
Kaylee's asleep in bed.
I see.
Rory says, hello, boys.
Hello, Rory. Oh, glorious bearded one.
Yeah. And other ranks.
And other ranks.
Aidy says, hello, Rory.
Hey, up, Portis.
Rory says, now then. Kerry said he is on his way.
You get out of bed. You get out of bed for money.
Yeah, of course you will. Got the right idea. Aidy, how are you doing, mate? I think he's talking to Rory then, not us.
I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Snips. Jakey says Tuesday. No, today's Thursday, mate.
No, it's a running joke in our family about my memory. I normally follow Tuesday up with Jumanji.
Jakey, you weren't on here last Thursday. I don't know if your mum and granddad's mentioned it to you, but we thought you might like to come up as a guest on the panel one Thursday. You can have a chat with us whilst we're building stuff.
You can talk about your Harry Potter Lego building that you've done, or your two Sherman tanks.
There we go.
Sure.
I think, despite the fact that he's 14 years old, it will possibly get us an X rating. Trying not to talk to you lot so you can get these whippets done and want to see the next build. Yes, because you know what the next build's going to be, AD.
Should we tell? Should we show them? Or should we leave it as a surprise?
Ask the audience. Give the audience what they want.
Well,
25 years
they're
in show
going to say,
business.
yes, tell us everything.
There you go. Put 1 in the chat if you want to know what the next build is going to be.
Yeah. All 5 of you. Aid is not saying anything. Right.
Because he's
No,
seen
so
the
that's
standard
what I should have
workmanship.
done last week, was put those bits in there. So I'm almost back to where I should be.
Excellent. So there seems to be a little bit of a consensus. So, should I do it or are we going to do it together? Grab
Hang
your
on.
kit, John.
I've got
Oh,
to
yeah, I've
grab
got
the kit.
I haven't got it here.
You
So
ready,
carry
Gary?
on.
Hang on. Hang on. Oh,
Tell me
I
when
am
you're
ready.
Ready, go. Do, 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 do.
Oh.
The ICM Spitfire Mark 9C beer delivery.
Yeah.
And if you look underneath the wings, the actual Spitfire, and it's a true story, it actually happened.
Yep.
Has beer barrels under the wings that they flew across the channel to the guys in Normandy in '44, so they could have a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what's on our next little project's going to be.
What I find interesting is I don't know why it's a Mark 9. It probably flew with beer barrels, but from what I've read in the book, it was a Mark 5, an earlier one, but they called it a Mark 30, as in Roman numerals, XXX, as in alcohol. So I don't know. Either way, I'm pretty sure it's a standard sort of bomb rack, but you can fit these beer barrels to them. And yes, it was actually a true story and all that stuff. It's going to be fun regardless. Like, you know.
Jake says, yes, that would be cool. I think he's just referring to coming up on the panel. Awesome. You're
Yes,
more
it
than
would be
welcome. Then we've got a load of 1s, and AD saying 3, I already know.
Cool.
And Kerry says, that's why Dad wants to build it. It involves beer.
Yes.
I think that's why
What are you trying to say?
What are you trying to imply, Kerry?
I know. Slanderous.
Fruit-like.
Yeah. Now.
But it is an unusual kit, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I like about ICM. They don't just do a Spitfire. They'll do a Spitfire doing something daft. Well, they'll find some really obscure story and base the model around that.
It's very clever, really. It's clever marketing because, you know, any model company that does a Spitfire kit, it's guaranteed it'll sell. You know, it is literally a cash cow. So they knock out the Spitfire kits and to get money in to do the more.
Well, you think about it, Airfix has probably spent about 40, 50 years making Spitfires, and they've never once made one that carries beer barrels.
Exactly.
No, and let's face it, you know, it's not a difficult.
Oh no, it's just swapping one bit of molding, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. I haven't got the kit yet, but is it just a separate sprue with a couple of beer barrels and bomb racks on it?
I'll have a look.
Well, don't get too involved. We could leave it till the actual build.
Yeah. Kerry says, you like beer, and my new dad last week was drinking beer.
Yeah.
Adi says, which dad are you on about, Kerry? Dad in Telford dad or Oz dad? And she said both.
Yeah.
He said, laughing my arse off. That's a big ass to laugh off. No offense, dude. Oh, Gary, you haven't done your bit yet.
Haven't done my bit.
Your FOM4H promotion.
Oh
bit.
yes. So
you got to do your mechanical bit, your technical bit.
Hang on. Right, let me take my minion glasses off.
Make sure this is the right way around. There we
Okay,
go.
Friends of Models for Heroes. What are we? We are an online model club. Okay, everything we do is online, and we support the work that Models for Heroes carries out, and we raise funds for them at various events and shows, and by carrying out sort of collections and accepting donations on their behalf of kits, etc. We're online, so anyone can join who's interested in modelling. You don't have to be a veteran. That's the important thing.
You don't even
You
have
don't
to
have
be
to
a
be a
modeler.
veteran. You say again, Mikey?
You don't even have to be a modeler.
You don't really have to be a modeler, but we have a very active Discord on which we're sort of live chatting like we are now every day. Lots of banter, lots of military style banter. Yeah, it's a nice little community we're building. It costs £12 a year to be a member of Friends of Models for Heroes. That gets you access to the Discord and all the other bits. We've now got some merch. I'm waiting for my t-shirt to arrive.
They are comfy, to be fair.
Yeah, and we're hoping to grow the club online, as I say, this year. At the moment, I think we've got about 50 members. Must be very close to 50 members. But our plan for this year is to double that. We'd like to double that, which will give us
60.
more opportunities to help the charity Models for Heroes.
Yeah.
Anyway, advert break over to the build.
There you go. Also, whilst you're here, don't forget to subscribe to John's channel, the Scale Modelling Twins.
Yes.
Gary's channel, or Friends of Models for Heroes channel.
And of course, Mikey's channel.
Well, I think we'll stop, you know.
I've got your back, mate. I've got your back. Bearded Veteran Creates, which is a very, very good channel. It doesn't just cover modelling; it covers lots of military history and not just military history.
I'll keep on dropping these wheels, so I'll just put the
It's
thing
run
down.
by an awfully nice chap.
Yeah, thank you. Duke Wellington's in, and he says, "Good day from Oz. Hope you guys are all bonza."
Hey, Duke Struth Cobber, the boy from Shep. G'day.
80 says, "Could have done your hair before you came on." Do you know what? I said the same thing before he came online. I said he looks a bit windswept.
You lot always have a go at me that I haven't got any hair, and now you're saying I should have done my hair. Well, you can't have it both ways.
No.
Kerry says, "Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the other channels." Absolutely.
Like and subscribe.
And please share it as well.
Yeah.
On other social media platforms. Rory says, "We don't discriminate against stinking civvies."
I can't get these.
80 says, "I met a civvy once."
And then shot him.
You probably ate him, knowing 80.
So as you say, you don't have to be, to be in a member of Friends of Models for Heroes. As said earlier, you don't have to be a veteran or a modeler, or even a good modeler or a good veteran. But
that's why I'm in there.
But yeah, it's a great. I think there was a post earlier today on one of the American podcasts about the social aspect of modeling and how the older he gets, the more he gets enjoyment from talking to like-minded people about different things, because everybody's got their niche. I think area of interest, and they do cross over into a lot of other ones, but it's always interesting. And I'll always sort of tell somebody fun facts that I find interesting, and everyone else just sort of get on with it.
Yeah,
but, it's always a lot of fun.
We're always saying that to you.
Yeah, just like, shut up, no one cares. It's a bloody hornet. Who cares?
We care, John. We care.
Yes, we care. Honest.
And what else was I going to mention? No, I can't remember now. It'll come to me later. But
That's what she said.
yeah, but it's a great.
Not on Discord now, Mikey.
I think it's a great community.
Yeah, we let you in.
We have a
Yeah,
laugh.
It's like Groucho Marx's comment. About a golf club. I'll never be a member of any organisation that would have a person like me as a member.
It's somewhere where you can go and hide away from the stupidity that is in this world today.
Oh, mate, I've been thinking a lot about that lately. I even said to Kay in the car the other day, I'm actually considering becoming a hermit because I've had enough of dealing with the world. Whenever I go out, there's idiot drivers on the road. There's people who don't pay attention. There's when you walk around the shops, there's ignorant people bumping into you and kids misbehaving all the time, and they just seem to have gone wild. Our local town is completely changing demographic all of a sudden.
What? Even the women wearing beards?
No. Put it this way, our town has probably been pretty much entirely Welsh, entirely of a certain ethnic background for my entire life. Not a single person that isn't part of that background. And now all of a sudden, lots of other backgrounds are appearing in one little town. And it's a little bit unsettling. Not that I have a problem with it, it's just when your hometown suddenly starts changing dramatically over the space of a few months.
Yeah. I don't mind ethnicity or anything at all. What I'd like is if people want to find a better life, then leave your crap that you escaped from at home.
Exactly.
You don't have to assimilate, but you don't have to go around killing people with knives either.
Well, exactly.
Anyway, this got dark really quickly.
Moving on.
Squirrel.
80 says, you say town is mad, Jeebus. Just look at the Discord meeting. Well, yeah. But we aren't trying to kill each other.
If there's anybody watching, it's bad for the ratings.
Yes.
Oh, there's F-35s flying over. You may or may not hear a rumble. I do apologise.
Rumble in the jungle.
He's a fiddly.
Should we have some background music on?
Ooh.
For a change.
You're not putting
it's better than a Pratt & Whitney 135.
No.
I don't know. If I open this door, I wonder if you can hear it. Probably not.
Are they night flying out there today, are they?
Yeah.
Well, they're not flying at daytime in the dark, are they?
Well, I've been told by somebody that they don't fly in the rain or at night, and they're doing both at the moment.
We do over here.
I remember being on exercise and we were cammed up next to a hard standing, and a bloody Chinook tried to land on top of us in our wagons.
Well, Air Force takeover.
Just the Air Force letting you know they're there.
Yeah.
Oh no, they genuinely didn't realise there was anyone there.
Well, it's hard to look down from them unless you're leaning out. But there you go.
Luckily, we all obviously heard
Oh,
them and started waving our torches at them.
That's a good thing about the Chinook, you can hear it
Yeah.
long before you can see. Do you know what? In the 20 odd years of being married to me in the Air Force, the only aircraft that Marion could recognise was a Chinook.
A Welly-wopter.
It's not an aircraft.
It is a craft that goes in the air.
Do you know how helicopters fly, by the way?
Yes.
How?
Fairy dust.
The rotor blades force the air downwards, creating.
The rotor blades have to spin at 256 RPM. to generate lift.
No, they're so ugly that even the Earth repels them.
This is quite tricky. This getting these.
Getting it in. Is that what you're trying to say?
I can just see Jake falling out of bed with laughter now.
So which or throwing up, one of the two. So which bit are you working on, Gary? What's
trying to put the two sides together.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Right. I'll be doing that in a moment.
And it's a right
Pain in the hoop.
Yeah.
In the hoop.
I'd like to say it was fun, but this is probably.
80 says, "Don't play that song, Mike." Which one, Gary?
Sitting in the morning sun, watching the ships rolling,
and I'll watch them roll away again. Sorry, I'll shut up.
For the
Ooh,
Don't worry, you won't get told off, John.
for those who don't know, our agent, bless him, has just started a new job. Lassoing ships.
Yeah.
So he works on the docks, and
He swims out to sea, grabs the rope in his teeth, and then drags them back.
Yeah.
Ah. I wasn't
There's
sure
a song
exactly
about
what
a guy
it
who
did.
used to do that.
Oh, what's that called?
I can't remember what it's called.
I'm not singing again.
But it was actually a pretty funny song.
Oh, I actually thought you meant Dock of the Bay. That's not funny at all.
Roy says, "I'd suggest the background music to Skyrim."
Good call.
Unfortunately, we can't do that because of copyright. 80 said, "Battle Bus." Yes.
Mm.
Hey, Rory, just to let you know, I found Vault 88 yesterday in Fallout 4.
Guys, we have 9 people watching.
9
cool.
people who don't know what to do with themselves.
If you're watching, you haven't said hello.
Well,
Please
8
do.
people and Jake.
Yeah. Jake's a person. Jake's the man.
I don't
The
know.
dude.
I sometimes
the
wonder.
dude. He is our junior follower. Jim Altegott says, "Good morning."
Hello,
Good morning,
Jim.
Jim.
Look at that. That side just dropped in.
What? Chicago, you mean?
Jakey says, "I'm watching. I'm just setting up my new microphone." Ooh.
Oh, does that mean I'm getting the old one at last? Just saying. Like most teenage boys, Jake is a gamer.
I wasn't a gamer when I was a teenager. Harry played dominoes when he was a teen.
I was going to say, our idea of gaming when I was a teenager was going outside when the sun came up and not coming home till evening.
Gary's idea of gaming was standing on a street corner.
Because there was no sun, because he lives in the UK. Oh, I'm
Duke says
determined
only
this
2
to be my last show as well, aren't I?
Say again?
I'm determined to get myself banned from this program.
Well, you started well last week after your comment on a certain other.
Yes.
Where we had to have a one-sided interview, hats on, no coffee or biscuits.
Yeah.
That's right.
He actually turned up to it with his RAAF hat on.
Yeah. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys.
Yeah, don't smash it too hard, you'll break it.
It all helps and helps us to get the word out about Friends of Models of Heroes and Models of Heroes.
And he did Veteran Create and Scale Modeling Twins.
Yes.
Yeah, but
So, scale modeling twins. I'll talk about that for a moment, if you don't mind. Is that okay?
yeah, just let me do these 2 comments. Jake says, "That's because you're old, Grandad."
Old and wise, young Padawan.
Sorry, mate. Late again. The headmaster may want a word with me. We'll let you off, Jim.
How can
Right,
you
go on,
have
John.
any pudding if you don't eat your meat? Actually, no, you don't sound very Welsh, Mikey. It won't be any use if you,
I don't sound very. What does a Welshman sound like, John?
Well, like Roger Waters putting
well,
on the headmaster in The Wall in Pink Floyd.
Let's upset
That's
the Welsh
well
now.
done, my remit.
Well, I've already annoyed the Englishman. I might as well go. Oh God. All right. Oh, I don't know.
The thing is, the accent you hear on films from Welsh people are generally an accent from the South
from
Wales
the
or the
south,
Valley.
yeah, and you're not from the south.
No.
When you think about it, though,
Plus,
a lot of our famous actors have been Welsh.
Oh,
Yes.
it's a wonderful accent. I love it. So
Yeah.
lyrical.
Sir Anthony Hopkins, Welsh.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Richard Burton, Welsh.
My father, Welsh.
Do you know who else is Welsh? The guy that played the Batman in the Dark Knight,
Which one?
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
Is he Welsh?
Yep.
Right. Could have sworn he's from
And of
Gotham.
course, one of the most powerful voices in the singing world,
Yeah,
Sir
Tom.
Tom.
Jones.
Oh yeah.
who gargles with gravel.
Oh, I'll tell you what. I listened to Delilah the other day. Oh my God, it's good. Bloody good.
And of course, the other one we haven't mentioned, who we should mention, Windsor Davis.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't Welsh, was he?
Sergeant Major Shutup. He wasn't born in Wales, but he moved to Wales when he was really young and picked up the Welsh accent.
There you
Yes.
go. And the women.
Oh dear, how sad. Never mind.
And most of the other ones we can't do.
Yeah. Of course, the other reason I haven't got much an accent like that is because, one, the accent changes every 5 miles in Wales, and two, I have a stutter, so I had to learn how to speak a certain way, which obviously counteracted the accent.
Oh, there you go.
Otherwise, I would end up stuttering and mixing my words up all the time.
Okay.
Do you know who else? It's a very famous person who has a stutter and has used it to their benefit.
Advantage.
Is Rowan Atkinson.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he did. He's got a speech impediment, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Have you heard of a singer called Meg Washington? She's an Australian.
No.
Right. Well, she plays, amongst other things, she's an angelic voice, but she plays a headmaster dog Calypso in Bluey. But she had a stutter as well, still does. And there's a YouTube talk with her at Sydney Opera House talking about stuttering, and it's the first time that she came out and basically said, "I have a stutter," and it's the most amazing thing because when she talks in just normal conversation, she has a stutter, but when she sings, there is no sign of it whatsoever, and she's just incredible. She's incredible, and I highly recommend that. So you just YouTube Meg Washington YouTube Australian story. It'll come up before you get that written in, but it's really good.
Excellent.
That's after, of course, you've searched on YouTube for Friends of Models Heroes, Bearded Veteran Creates, and Scale Modelling Twins.
Yes.
Hmm.
And Kerry says, "Dad, your son-in-law is technically Welsh." How do you mean technically Welsh? He was born in Wales and moved to England or something.
I'll tell you a story about Mr. Cliff, my son-in-law. He got rescued once because he fell off a cliff. And Mr. Cliff fell off a cliff.
3 times?
Knowing our Paul, probably.
Oh. So it's not a treble cliff.
What the? How the hell does this thing connect?
What are you trying to... Yeah. Now, you've got the wrong bit there, Mikey, to attach it to. Get the other bit, the other side of that. Well, I don't know why I'm pointing at the screen. But the other side... side to that bit with all the wheels on,
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, actually, that makes sense.
and it just drops in.
B13. That makes more sense. Stupid
You've
boy.
done exactly what I did, lovely boy.
So far, so good. I think, just. Oh, I think,
Jim says, as a foreigner, I can't distinguish a Welsh accent as opposed to a British accent.
well, actually, I went to Atlanta, and one of the waitresses there thought we were all from Liverpool. So, yeah, I get it.
When a lot of the voice accents you hear on the telly sound a bit like this. They all sound a bit like, what's her name? Oh, that
Hello,
woman
Captain.
from Time and Sam.
Yeah.
I've never liked the sound of the Welsh accent.
Captain Timbers. That's a good accent.
Mm.
Hello, boys.
Right then.
Kerry
Thank
Morris says, yeah, born in Wales whilst on holiday. Ooh, the poor sheep.
Oh, good.
Kerry says, 7 likes. Excellent. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen.
This
Himself,
does-
himself. I'm having issues.
Yeah.
I think we should have a battle royale over who's our biggest fan. Kerry, Jake, Tiff.
What do you say about who's having fun? I think that's a bit of a stretch.
This is.
Oh, that's right. I meant to promote our channels, aren't I? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop talking us down, man.
Yeah, what's with the negative waves?
Oh, we've hit a new record. We've got 12 people. Excellent. Oh, dude, if you haven't said hi, like I said before, if you haven't said hi, feel free to do so.
Yeah. Come on, we
Let us know
don't
you're
bite.
here.
We don't bite.
Not at all.
All are welcome.
Yeah.
It's free. It doesn't cost you anything.
Oh, and it helps us.
Not enjoying that.
80
Not
says,
enjoying
I'm only
that
here
at all.
Yeah. 80 says, I'm only here to waste time before I go to work. Yeah.
Fair enough.
You're lucky.
Typical.
What's that?
At my time in life, I haven't got time to waste.
Jim says, the Beatles, Michael Caine, and Monty Python were my first introduction to the British accents as a young lad
Oh,
in the
yeah.
early 70s.
No,
That's the other thing. Because they had the there's a certain name for the accent back then, wasn't there? It was completely different to what we've got now in the UK. Well,
Not a lot
different
of
accents,
people
of course.
know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the Beatles are only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
I know why that don't fit now. You stupid boy.
I've never been
Actually,
a fan of
that's
Beatles.
one thing I found interesting. There was a interview with Michael Caine. Yeah, I can't remember who was. This is YouTube. Can't remember who was interviewing him or whatever. Maybe Parkinson. But what he said is like, a lot of people have heard like people saying in a Michael Caine voice. Not many people know that.
He never said it.
He never said it. Yeah.
No.
So the origin of that one is Peter Sellers put on this is back in the day when you had tape cassette answering machines. He put on his own answering machine, like Michael Caine voice saying, "I'm not at home right now. Not many people know that, but leave a message and I'll get back to you." And a lot of famous people were ringing Peter Sellers and all that sort of stuff, and they all heard it, and they all then were telling each other about it and all that sort of stuff, and it sort of spread from there.
You may need to explain what a tape answer machine is for Jakey.
I think he'll be fine.
You'll have to explain who Michael Caine is and Peter Sellers.
Oh, okay then.
You got
I'll
to
just-
explain who Peter Sellers is to me, and I'm 36.
Peter Sellers, Inspector
Yeah.
Clouseau, the Goon
Oh,
Show.
got you. I'm not great with
Blimey, man.
Well, the Goon Show, yeah, Doctor Strangelove by Stanley Kubrick. Oh, brilliant
What a
actor.
very
Oh,
good film that
Lolita.
was.
Oh wow, it really does just drop in, doesn't it?
Yeah, if you put it in the right way round. Oh, sorry, that bit. Yeah.
Oh, the sluice, yeah.
Well, I've just put the top of the of this bit here on, and yes, very very critical. You get it the right way round. Otherwise, as I found out, it doesn't fit very well. Turn the page. Ooh.
Great song,
Ooh.
man.
Now here's a point. Here's a question, fellas.
Yes.
The next stage for me is to attach these to the side. The question is, do I do it now, or do I wait until I've painted it?
Why would you want? Okay, what difference does it make?
Yeah, hang on, that's the point. Let me dry fit it and just see.
Try it. Always try it dry first.
Brace yourself, Myrtle.
Peter Sellers, greatest comedic actor ever. I've already forgotten who he is. Oh yeah, Inspector Clouseau.
Cripes.
There's many other characters.
Does your dog bite?
Does your dog bite?
Does your dog?
That is not my dog.
Kerry says, "Has John got plasters ready this week?"
Oh, that's a bloody good point. I do not.
Yeah.
See, I
do you want my minion plasters?
John, we're all gonna have to get a little pack of like, see if we can get the most childish plasters, aren't we? You know,
What's
like we used to do
hilarious
the most
Do you know what?
childish
Doesn't make
duvet cover.
any difference
for tours.
whatsoever.
What do you call? So we don't call them plasters here. I had to sort of think for a moment what the hell you're talking about. We call them band-aids, which is of course a generic. It's a brand name, Johnson & Johnson, but it's like calling an ice box an esky. They're called eskies in Australia, brand name. That sort of thing. So here's a question for Jim. What do you call band-aids, sticking plasters, or things you put on a cut finger over in the States? I can't remember.
They call them band-aids.
Idiot strips.
So what was that, Mikey?
They call them band-aids.
Band-aids as well.
Mhm.
Well, there you go.
Hey, this is looking like a Whippet.
So back to you. Why does it make a difference? As in, what do you?
It doesn't. I've just dry fitted both sides, and I can get away without painting.
Right.
I will,
Kerry says,
however,
Small.
be painting the underside, Mr. Malcolm Childs.
you should autograph it as well. Kerry says, "I've got you covered, Ozdad."
Oh, fantastic.
Jim says, "Band-aids."
Yep,
Erebus is in the house.
Hello,
Hello,
Erebus.
Erebus.
Welcome.
Says,
Bit of
"What
Erebus.
paint are you all using?"
I shall be using
Good
real
question.
colours.
What about you, John?
I believe. I think, yeah, I think I might be using Vallejo, model there, the green brown. We'll see how we go.
See, I will be using.
Mikey be using Dulux.
No, I'm going to be using. I think either darker Vallejo wear, dark earth, or lighter. Because the Mark IV heavy and Mark V heavy tanks were either like a mix between light earth and dark earth.
Really? So are these colour call outs wrong on this?
Possibly there is
There was some
conjecture
variations.
Yeah.
What happened was after the war, the towns that had particularly strong affiliations with the tanks, so like the towns where W. Foster and Sons were based, they built the first tanks. So what they did was they got donated a training tank to put as a monument in the town. So a lot of the museums and stuff like that painted them green because it was to help raise money for war bonds and in memorial, because it was a lot nicer colour than the browns.
So
if you look at
when you look
old
at
photos, if you look at old photos of the Mark IVs and things like that with people around them, that was during the the war bonds tours and stuff like that they had.
Yeah.
Where they'd raise money for war bonds. And what they decided was, because the colour of a tank looked like the colour of shit, it didn't look very appealing, so they would paint them green. And those were the tanks that they gave to the towns at the end of the war.
So really, I'm just thinking what colour to do this down there.
Yeah.
Do what colour you want. Sure, tank.
You add to that though, these generally came from one factory. This is in the days before paint codes, where if builds were shared in different cities, towns, and by different factories, and then they were coming up with paint standards. So, yeah, it really comes down to if you see one, whether it's been restored or not.
I've got dark tan.
Yeah, look, paint it how you want, really. My view is, I don't really know what colour they were, so I'm not going to sort of say, no, it should be blue or pink or...
I've got dark tan and I've got darker, so I won't be painting it green then.
You can do. It's up to you.
Well, no, because...
Yeah, but don't forget, you're doing the one that's in Bovey. And the one in Bovey is painted green.
Oh, of course it is, yeah.
Because that was one that was rescued and restored, wasn't it?
Yes, you're right.
So it's actually like a browny greeny colour.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct.
Whereas I'm doing Caesar, which never came back to the UK. It was a battle. It was just left in the battlefield, same as John's. So yours would make sense being more of a greeny brown colour than a brown colour.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a great question. Well,
yes.
Yeah, it was.
Created a lot of conversation. Adi says Band Aid is a concert near Christmas. Jim says my upstairs are all... sorry, I just twinged my bloody wrist again.
Would you like a sticking plaster?
Go on. I don't think that's going to work, John.
Jim Oldcott says my upstairs neighbour ordered some Tim Tams and hobnobs from Amazon USA. I too have some Tim Tams coming to me in the post.
Lovely.
Captain Chaos, welcome, Captain Chaos. Gary, you have to paint the undersides. Oh yes, I totally agree. The undersides.
Has someone been watching the Models for Heroes, sir?
I have this ongoing battle, as many of us do, with Mr. Malcolm Childs, who doesn't paint the underside of his tanks. In fact, sometimes he writes intentionally blank underneath it.
Yeah.
No, I will be painting the underside. Jim Oldcott, Gatorade is an annual benefit concert in Florida. I thought it was a drink.
Yeah, Gatorade, alligator.
Yeah. I got it.
Just checking, that old senile Brady.
Trying to do humour here. Gary T says hello, everyone.
Hello, Gary.
Hello, Gary. You all right, mate?
Wonder where you were.
Erebus says hi.
Hi, Erebus. Nice to join us.
And Jim Oldcott says to Gary T, morning to you, sir.
So talking about painting the underside of model tanks, a few months ago I'd built a Tamiya Panzer II.
I hope. Right, turn it over.
I did and didn't paint the underside. So I left it in primer, and then put marks from the factory where they'd written. Who's this? Denken Darren hier Zoo Mollen, which I believe I looked up to say, don't forget to paint this bit, and there's an arrow there. And Sinlolocha, which I think is big holes or something like that. Yeah, so I've just basically taken the piss out of myself by not painting it, but there we go.
If you can't take the mickey out yourself, who can you take the mickey out of?
Duke Wellington says, Jim, you'll have to do a Tim Tam slam.
Do you though?
What's a Tim Tam slam?
Well, it'll be easier if I explain it than Duke. So what the theory goes, you get a Tim Tam. So a Tim Tam has got like two biscuits with cream through the middle, and then chocolate around the outside.
It's what we call a penguin, but it's much posher and much nicer.
So what you're meant to do, what you're meant to do is chew off the top and bottom corner, the opposite corners of this thing, of a perfectly good Tim Tam, and then dunk it in a cup of tea, and then suck. It'll melt the cream in the middle, and you suck it through the biscuit. I personally don't like soggy biscuit, so I don't do it. But I think it's one of those things. It's like everyone talks it up, but never actually does it, in my opinion. Unless you do it, Duke, which I doubt you actually do.
Right. Which I've never asked.
Cool. Erebus, as in the word bearer. Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, Erebus.
Erebus.
Oh, Erebus. I see.
Erebus.
Jorky!
Jorky
Okay,
said
so
too.
Jorky is another veteran that I met on another channel. He's an awesome guy.
Oh,
Nice.
Chalky.
Welcome, Chalky.
Yeah.
He
He does actually comment on all the videos. He just doesn't comment in the chat normally. But welcome, Chalky.
Welcome. Good to see you.
So comments like, why are you still here? Isn't this banned yet?
Squad, shouldn't morning rank and file as you were. Good morning, Chalky.
Dear YouTube, please take these guys off.
Captain Chaos, Tim Tam's Soggy Biscuit Challenge Slam.
You do you.
Jim says, geez, I'm gonna have to get a secretary to do these in a minute.
Say again?
I'm gonna have to get a secretary to do all these comments in a minute. Jim says, yes, I look forward to trying the Tim Tam Slam. Tiff says, hey Chalky. Jim says, Tim Tam Slam. Kerry says, 14 views and only 8 likes. Erebus says,
right.
yes, Rory. Chalky says, hey, to Tiff. So, can you explain this Erebus thing then? What is it? I imagine it's something to do with gaming, with it being Rory that knew it. Hello.
There's a resounding no then.
Well, I don't know who you're talking.
You two, you clowns.
Oh, right.
If I spoke to the chat, I'd have asked someone specific in the chat.
Well, I can't. I don't know. I'm uneducated.
I can't
Well,
read.
you-
That's why you're doing the comments.
So yeah,
Erebus.
can you explain it to me?
Erebus. It sounds sort of Greek mythology.
All
or
right,
Roman
here we go
even.
then.
Jake said, could he be your moderator? There's nothing moderator about Jake. Sorry, I think I might have jumped ahead of the chat there.
You have. But don't apologise, I won't tell you off.
Not on air anyway.
No,
There we
off
go.
air, I'll beat you with a stick.
Nice.
Duke says, there you kinky git.
Okay, so
Duke says, I do. You have to chuck the rest of the biscuit in quickly or it'll disintegrate in your fingers. Rebus. Personification of darkness in Greek. Ooh, interesting
Yeah.
name.
So
I said
from
Greek,
Wikipedia,
didn't I?
in Greek mythology, Erebus, Erebus, darkness and gloom is a personification of darkness. His offspring, he's the offspring of chaos and the father of ether and Hemera. So by Nyx. Yeah, the father of Ether and Hemera, day, by Nyx, night. Yeah, in other Greek cosmologies, he's the father of Ether, Eros, and Metis, or the first ruler of the gods. In genealogies given by Roman authors, he begets a large progeny of personifications upon Nox, the Roman equivalent of Nyx, while in Orphic theogony, he's the offspring of Kronos, time. The name Erebus is also used to refer to either the darkness of the underworld itself, or the region through which souls pass to reach Hades, and can sometimes be used as a synonym for Tartarus or Hades. There you go. Told you I can't read.
There you go. So, Jake said he could be your moderator. We'll consider it. We'll take it under advisement from Gary.
We'll have to have a meeting.
Yes. Team briefing. Tiffany says, how are you doing, Chalky? Long time no hear. You haven't checked the comments then, have you, Tiff? Because he comments in the videos. Adi says, you lot are like an old married couple. Wouldn't that be a throuple with it being three of us? Go on, Adi. We know you're infantry, but you can still count, dude. At least to 3. Rory says, he's a character from the Word Bearers. He's an amazing story in the lore. Nice.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Kerry says, definitely old, 80. Hey, less of that, Kerry. I'm the same age as you. Rory, Warhammer 40k. Makes sense now. Jim, I hit the like button twice, did that via YouTube apps on both phones and TV. Voting more than once is typical of us Chicagoans. Yes, we have heard.
But what he's actually saying there is he clicks the like button and then he clicks it a second time to unlike it. So I get that.
Yeah, that's what he actually means.
Oh no, I'm off
Get
the
this
tracks.
bloody thing lined up. Not working. Adi says, so it's not just me who thinks this. That's the Chaos says, Jim, I unsubbed so I can subscribe again. Brilliant. Chalky says, Tiff, I've been really busy. Dave Skelly's in. He says, morning, chappers.
Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Morning, Mr. Skelly.
What's her skellers?
What her old boy.
So I was going to mention earlier what I had in mind, what I'm thinking about for my YouTube channel, or the one I want to share with my twin brother, Scale Modeling Twins. So there's really not much content there at the moment. There's a couple of shorts.
At some point, you're actually going to get your brother on there.
That's just, by the way, viewers, that's just a photograph of John Shorts.
I'm wearing jeans today, so yeah. So there's one of the YouTube channels I follow is called Model Kit Stuff, and I met him at where was it? Telford. There you go. So I met Jason from Model Kit Stuff at Telford, and amongst other things, like he does a thing called Table Talk. So once every month, he just sort of sits down, talks about what he's up to, what he's doing in the hobby, what's coming next, any new stash purchases, that sort of stuff. Added to that, another friend of mine, Jim Bates, over in Tacoma, in Washington State, does the same sort of thing. He's Scale Canadian TV, and again, just talks about what interests him in the hobby and all that sort of stuff. And he's a very funny guy. So I think I want to do, amongst other things, my own flavour of that is in just talk, what's got my juices flowing and all that sort of stuff in the hobby. I think if nothing else, I'll be doing other content. But I'll be doing, I think, a monthly thing. And it's because it's the start of the month. I was going to do it today, but I was out and about doing stuff with my darling wife. So it'll be sometime.
Mates.
Well, that's why I organised a twin brother. So, I have an excuse to not have any mates.
You're actually going to have him on there at some point.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to. But he's busy at the moment. He's over in Perth working.
This says, Jorgie, hope we can catch up properly soon. Miss gaming with you. There we go, another gamer. AD says, that's John's channel getting banned.
Yeah, I didn't think AD would want to tune into that crap.
I will. I'll tune into any crap.
Clearly.
He tunes into here every Thursday, and then he watches it back.
Got to get those views up somehow.
Yeah. Problem is, if you do that, if you watch your own material too many times, if YouTube flags it up as you trying to cheat the algorithms.
But I don't watch it on Friends of Models Heroes channel. I change to another channel.
Oh no, it's if you watch it on any channel associated with you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right, really?
Well, you'd have to watch it literally thousands of times for them to have any clue about anything, because
Well, what they say is it flags it up and says that it's suspicious activity because they think you're trying to artificially boost the view count.
Okay.
Yes,
So
I
be
want to see
careful
what
with watching things back too much.
I
I
want
mean,
to see what
you
it
guys
looks
can
like.
watch this because this is on my channel, but I can't watch it. I can't watch it more than like once or twice.
Yep, sure.
Jim says, Marley, Jason at Model Stuff is a great bloke. Watch his channel weekly.
Yes, yeah, I think so too. I've been one of his first subscribers, I think. When he started building a Lysander, I found it because I was building a Lysander, and he was the only one that I could find around. But he never finished it. He was building two, and threw one. I think he did. He told me he threw them both in the bin, so he was never going to finish it.
2 seconds. AD says, right chaps, been good chatting, but ships not going to stop themselves. Have a good day, AD, and don't fall in the water.
Yeah, don't fall in again.
Don't push anyone else in either. Again.
Yeah. I suppose that's the worry. If he ever loses his temper in his job or something, his boss is going to have to watch out because he's not a small bloke. You could just pick him up and throw him in the water or something.
What is going on with this? Why can't I get that?
He's a big, muscly guy.
Easy.
Yeah. I can't align my. So this is the drive shaft on one side.
No, it's really fiddly. I had to.
Maybe the hole isn't large enough. Or maybe I've put it in backwards.
If you wiggle it about a bit, it'll go in.
Oh, Ranger. New record, guys. We hit 14 viewers.
Stop messing about.
We had 14 viewers and then AD dropped out.
Then we're down to 13.
Yes. Kerry says, question, have you built anything other than military vehicles, or do you only like that sort of model?
No.
Ooh. I've actually built a Land Rover. I built a Fire Land Rover.
Yeah.
I made my own model.
I built a 737 with Freddie Mercury on for my my granddaughter. I
made a war memorial out of lollipop sticks.
Yeah, I built a motorbike for my son. I have a half-built Airfix 1920-something fire engine up there that was built from as a tribute to my grandfather, but a lot of the parts were missing. So I am not averse to building anything other than ships.
So I build all the ships that Gary avoids.
Captain Chaos says, Gary, you can paint your tank however you want, and it's your hobby too. So don't let Charles dictate. I'm wondering who this Captain Chaos is now.
No, look, I've built lots of, I'll say cars over the years. I've only built one plastic ship, which is the Bismarck.
You built a Formula One car the other week. Month.
I've built Formula One car recently. Yeah, that's a Renault RE30B turbos, a Alain Prost Swan from 1982. I've built 5 wooden ship kits. Want to start? Oh, it's another thing I'm going to do on the channel short. Is actually build the Victory, the wooden one, 196 scale jobby. That'll take literally years, so no one will see that finished. Not even me, I don't think. We'll see how we go. So yeah, so that's the secret. As it turns out, this drive shaft only goes one way. So the hole must be bigger on one side, the pin must be larger on one side than the other. So I just took it out again, flipped it around, and it's fine. Don't know why. But there you go.
Jim says, thanks to a couple different channels I watch, I've decided to give a try at building a civilian car model. Not sure what at this point. Ooh.
Whatever floats your boat.
Interesting. Oh, that reminds me. Skelly, are you still here? Can you let me know if you're still in the chat, please, buddy?
The police want to have a word with you.
Yeah. Chalky, I'm usually around, but you'll probably have to turn over a few rocks first, though. You have to check a few kilts. Jim says, a nice Tamiya 120 or 112 F1 car, perhaps. My favourite motorsport. Yeah.
Mm. So, Jim, did you want to...
Sorry, go on.
Jim, did you want to have a quick look at that Formula One car if I drag it out of the cupboard?
Go on, then. Show him. Go
on.
No, okay, you read the rest of the comments.
Yes, I will do that. Yeah, sweet. I've got a civilian Range Rover to build as well. I want to get the police one. So I can put some LED. Oh, I've got another Fire Land Rover to build, and I'm going to put some lights in it.
Oh, really?
That's going to be awesome. Because I've built one, and it's okay, but I'm not too happy with it. But I know what to do with it now, so. Rebus says, looking good, John.
Oh.
How can you tell? You can only see his hand.
I must have flashed my ass earlier, but yes, thank you very much.
Tiff says, Chalky, I'm around a lot with my back and hip issues. I can't do much.
Okay, stepping away for a moment, I'll grab two previous builds.
Should we change the music? Should we go for feeding the ducks? Let's go for feeding the ducks.
Feeding the ducks.
Yeah.
Now, going back to the comment about painting the underside and Mr. Child's dictating, he just says to me when I paint the underside of tanks, why are you doing that? You're just wasting paint.
There you go.
But of course, now it's become
a running joke.
A running joke. Which is probably why Malcolm doesn't like doing aircraft too much, because he has to paint the underside of it.
Oh, he doesn't, but he usually doesn't crash when he belly landed.
Yeah. Or speared into a book once he did his Roald Dahl Gladiator. Very clever how he did that, to be honest.
Chalky says, was that the car accident? Take it easy and don't push it. Erebus says, how do we join on the camera? We're not doing that at the moment, but what we're thinking of doing is maybe having sessions where people can come up as guests and things like that. The reason is we're still learning how to use StreamYard and things in YouTube because we've only just started.
This may look professional, but boy,
yeah,
you should see us before we go on air.
Yeah, so like at the minute, I'm the only one that can go through the comments and stuff. So we're just trying to figure it all out at the minute, and then we can start doing stuff like that. Jim says,
brilliant point, Jim.
Painting the underside of tanks offers an area to experiment with a paint or weathering technique before committing to more. Exactly. That's one of the things I love about ICM kits, you know, is you always get loads of big spare parts. Like you look at the World of One Type B kits, you always get a spare deck because they have the decks for the back deck for the other variants. So you always have big pieces that you don't need in the kit that you can practice on and try different techniques out and stuff.
Oh, I see how these work. Oh, look at that! Just put a bit of track together.
Well done. Your
And
first
it
bit of
literally
track.
just clicks together.
Nice.
Well, yeah, that's the point.
All right, so so that was a recent build, a Renault RE 30B Turbo. It's a Tamiya kit, wonderful kit. Engine and all that sort of stuff. So that turned out nice again. Anyway, the other one I wanted to show off because I'm quite proud of it is this one. I know the other two boys have seen this. This is the HMS Supply. So this is one of the ships from the first fleet that founded Australia and stuff like that. So it's a Calder Craft kit. It's a bit hard to fit in the frame, but yeah, it's 176 scale, I think. No, 164 scale. But there's about 5 years work in that one, and as I say, I've got the Victory over there that I'd like
far
to
too
build.
much rigging on it.
No,
That's
I
the
bought this.
thing.
It's got very small amount of rigging compared to the Victory, so I bought this to, just sort of practice, if you like. I said to my wife, I need practice before I commit. She said, sure, just go and buy another one. So I did, and it took 5
Marion,
years.
are you listening?
Jim said he would be honoured to be a guest, Mikey.
We'd be
You'll be
honoured to
more
have
than
you.
welcome. Are you on Discord, Jim? If so, message me on the Facebook page, Bearded Veteran Creates. I'll send you a link to the Discord, and we can have a chat about you coming up and being a guest.
What we might have to do one time is having a sort of round table sort of show.
Yeah.
With some guests in, and just have a chat about
Meet the team, sort of thing.
well, just more like just a general chat about modelling, or come up with a topic to discuss, and
Sounds great.
something a little bit different. Although I do know other people do it. Moss does it, doesn't he? He does his air fix and chill.
Yes. Oh, I met him. Where was that again?
Was that at Telford?
It was at Telford. Was at Telford.
Well,
Hell
we've
no.
got 20 hours a month on StreamYard for free. And we're only using 8 hours. So we got scope to do more live, so we could do these ones where it's just us three, and then maybe do extra lives where we have guests, or we let members come up and chat to us and things like that.
Well, in theory, we've got 60 hours a month, haven't we? Because we've all got.
Yeah, we have.
Because funny enough, Marion and I were discussing this last night.
Yeah.
She was concerned you were going to go over your 20 hours a month, and I said no, he's nowhere near it.
No, I'm only on 8 hours at the moment. But it's nice that she's concerned for me. That's very sweet of her, and I do appreciate it. So, if she's, make sure you say thank you to her for me.
I will.
She's lovely, Marion.
Bless her. I've stuck with her for all these years, so
Yeah.
Yes.
Jim says, "Wow, very nice, Mr. Marley."
Oh, thank you.
Tiff says,
you flashed your bum again.
No. No. Yeah, go on.
Tiff says, "No, I get headaches from that. The hip and back issues I've had for ages. If you remember, I was in pain at yours when I came and visited. I had to have an MRI scan, just waiting for the results." There we go. Kerry says, "That ship is amazing, John. It's dad to you, Kerry."
Thank you.
Show some respect.
Yeah.
Jim says, "Sorry, Mikey, would have to start up on Facebook for that to happen. Not very technically gifted."
No, you don't.
I tell you what. I think what I'll do is I'll put a Discord link in the description for this live. How about that?
Okay.
And we'll even let Kerry join if she wants to.
What about Jenny?
Oh yeah,
Well,
yeah. Go on.
What about if, Jim, if you look up either Friends of Models for Heroes YouTube page, Skull Model Twins YouTube page, or Bearded Veteran Creates YouTube page. At the top of in the banner up there to have about, and in there would have a link to an email, so you can send just a regular email to either one of us or three of us, and then we can talk to you directly, contact that way, and then talk about how we're going to do this offline.
Yes. Well, yeah. I mean, unless he's got Discord, then we can send him a link to Discord and discuss it on that.
Yeah, but you don't need to be on Facebook to get Discord. Discord is a standalone thing, and not many people. You may not know about it, but once you get on, it's actually quite easy to use. I mean, even I could do it. So
yeah.
I managed to blend
The
them
point was
away.
he didn't have Discord, Facebook, in order to contact me to get the link. That was the point. Right, hang on a minute. I seem to be missing one.
Getting back to that ship for a moment. That's a smaller one. I built a larger one that took 11 years to build, but I'm not going to show that one off. It just, I'd have to get up
Nice,
again.
John. It didn't take them that long to build a real thing.
Yeah. Well, I was busy at the time, sort of going to regions of the world and sort of, humanitarian assistance and dropping supplies off to kill people.
Okay, all right.
that
I'll let
stuff.
you off.
Right, where I need to? I'm missing. Oh, D18. I hadn't done, which is the tensioner. There we
You
go.
know, I made a massive mistake this morning before we went live.
Shit. What? You put your underpants on the wrong way.
No, I forgot to get myself a coffee.
Oh,
No.
that's the point. I've got some left.
But what I have got
Delicious.
is a sweetie.
All right, I'm not missing one. I've just got it in the
Well, that
wrong
would do.
bloody place.
I'm loving these Meng tracks.
What are they? Sorry.
So,
These Meng
Tracks.
tracks, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about what you're chewing on. Oh, I love these Ovaltines, or something like that.
I bet all the Werther's originals that I got for my birthday.
how good's that? Put the wrong thing on, so I just bent it out a little bit. Just gently does it.
Yeah. So also with the channel, when I get around to it, I don't think I want to just sit there and build it like we are here. Not that it would, sort of detract from this or anything at all. It's just, I honestly don't think I would be able to talk crap for the length of building a thing without, talking to two other friends here or something or other.
I think that's what makes this channel work, is the fact that we're all friends anyway.
Yeah. I also don't think, well, mind you, if I keep on doing things and saying that people aren't interested, why would they watch that? Well, I'd watch this if I wasn't in it, if that makes sense. So, I should really shut up and just,
The whole idea behind this was we wanted to create sort of lives that we'd be happy for our sons to watch, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So, stuff that, it's not talking about all the crap that's in the world. It's just you can have a conversation amongst your mates and just pass the time and not have to get into confrontations and things like that or be anything stupid.
That's what I'm doing wrong. I'm putting it on backwards.
Doing something with your mates.
Yeah. Jim says, thanks for the information, guys. Helps a thickie like me understand and learn how to use technology a little bit more. not a problem. Like I said, I mean, if needs be, Jim, if you write a comment underneath the video, I can always message you through your page, through your YouTube page. Needs be, yeah. Black Hat Scale Models, welcome.
Oh, hello.
Good evening, chaps. This is a nice way to pass the evening whilst working at my workbench.
Welcome, Black Hat Scale Models.
Yes. Speaking of which, he says, standing up, reaching
You're
up.
not going to fanboy, are you, John?
No, I'm going to say, oh yeah, the kit that you donated is here, untouched. It's going to be given to a veteran to build. Thank you very much for your generosity during the 48 and 48.
Yeah.
And so what I'm going to do, I was going to do it this week, but actually I was going to do it today, but it didn't happen because I was doing other things with my darling wife. She had a day off work. Going down to the RSL, our version of, what do you call it, British Legion?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Returned Servicemen's League, and I talked to them about, I want to start running sessions for veterans, exactly what Models for Heroes is doing in the UK. The reason I've been hanging around like a bad smell with these guys for years is I totally support the aims. I think it's a wonderful thing. It helped me when I needed help, and I didn't realise how. I had a thing a couple of years ago now where I had to, following the spinal operation, I had low mood and all that sort of stuff, and exactly this sort of stuff was keeping me above. Head above water and everything else. So I want to do the same thing for people that are going through a rough patch here.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, you've helped us as well at various points because we've all struggled. Whilst we've been on it.
True.
I mean, look at the other day when I was struggling. And
yeah, but that was just my bad joke, though.
Well, even yesterday, because I was a little bit worried with stuff that was going on at home. Even Adi noticed it, and he's like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." He's like, "No, are you all right?" Talk to me.
Yeah, you're right. We were mentioning earlier, Friends of Models for Heroes. We're on, not all of us, but there's a group of us. Everyone is welcome, and what we found is. I've said this a couple of times in the last couple of weeks, but I wouldn't expect everyone to go back and watch. But what we found is, if I'm at the bench, I'll turn on Discord, whether I'm alone or whatever the hell. If somebody just goes, you can see who's online on, say, a video audio thing, and then hey, John's online, and people would just drop in
Everyone
and drop
goes
out.
off.
Yeah, and sometimes we've had impromptu sort of we've had 8, 12 people on a session, and just people, if they have a bit of time, somebody's always there, and it's turned into a really fun thing because I love this hobby, but it has a social aspect that had been missing for years, and I think it's technology lets us do it, and it's also quite effortless.
Well, within the Discord, we've got the Clubhouse, which is where we all meet, and it's a voice and video channel. And there's someone in there every day.
Yeah, and if they're not in there, then they're usually in my server.
Yeah, and we've got
you
people.
can guarantee if there's no one in there and you go in there, within a couple of minutes, someone will drop in.
Yeah. And you can also send invites to people to ask if they want to join you. Now, there's all day, not all day, I'm not here all the time, but I tend to do modelling in the evening because these guys are on, and we just get together and talk about everything, really.
This next comment is possibly the sweetest ever. Right?
Do
Ready?
that.
Kerry says, "I enjoy watching as a daughter of a veteran. It's nice to know that there are like-minded people out there for my dad to reach out to."
That's great.
That actually brings a tear to my eye, that one. That is proper sweet. I think because we are quite, veterans have got we've got our own culture and all sorts, haven't we? Because we're quite insular, we don't realise that other people are actually watching out for us as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Yeah, I personally found absolutely no support within the military when following my spinal fusion. So yeah, all the help came from people that are no longer in the system.
Yes.
More comments. Is Pitts
Kieran
Kits?
says, "Morning. Sorry, I'm late."
it's all
Not
right,
a
mate.
problem.
We've all got lives outside of modelling.
Yeah. Black Cat says, "That's fantastic news, John."
Yeah, well, it was always my intention to start a version of Models for Heroes here. I literally have been talking about it for years. I haven't done it yet, but as Gary will, he basically, he reminded me that I'm still healing as well. So, I can't just sort of stop everything. I had to get better myself.
Correct.
The power of the internet.
The interweb.
My wife just appeared with a coffee for me.
Oh,
Marianne.
Lovely. Thank you, Kez. I get told off.
Kez is your daughter.
Carrie Ann told Marion I need a coffee, and Marion brought me a coffee.
God bless her.
Then I called her Kez, and so Marion will bollock me now because she doesn't like her being called Kez. It's just as well too because my sweetie's just running out. So
Okay.
Chalky72 says I don't struggle. I go and get into a fight, and I always feel better after.
Yeah. Get into a fight. It's okay until the police get involved.
Okay, until someone pokes their eye.
Yes. Or gets killed. Captain Chaos says, "Who owns it?"
Who owns what?
Yeah.
Who owns what, Captain Chaos?
So, question for you. Oh, sorry. Read this one.
Jim says, "As teenager, there were few to share my hobby with outside my best friends, who he too built models." Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? It is a very lonely hobby in a way, unless you find groups like we've got.
Yeah. And not everybody wants to be a member of, an IPMS club or all that sort of stuff. Some people are very time poor, and yeah, I mean, I'm certainly in awe of the ability to just chat in real time with video and audio for people that are literally on the other side of the planet and all that sort of stuff. I think it's remarkable.
Well, we were discussing this the other day, weren't we?
Yeah. How small the world has become because of the internet. And a lot of the time, the internet gets a bad press, but I have to say,
when it's used for the right reasons, it's fine.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant.
It's like the other day, me and John were talking, and we were talking about a specific aircraft or something. And as we were talking, John was sending me the photos, and we were able to, discuss them in real time.
You're right.
And you said, "Right, send it now," and it'd pop up.
Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so I've just got this together, just I haven't glued the tracks on yet or whatever, but it's a good size. I mean, I'm just going to pull a Mark IV down alongside it and see how they compare for size.
Ooh.
They're completely different, aren't they?
Yeah. Chalky says the police get a slap as well.
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you what I would be. Can you bring that Mark IV into the middle of your screen, John?
It'll only go 4 miles an hour, but yeah.
Thank you.
It's not finished.
What I would be interested, what I would love to see, right? You see the red and white TRF?
Yes.
That's a Meng, John. That's your Whippet. We're looking at the Mark IV.
I know. I'm trying to get these one. Yeah, I know. You're talking about this. Yes.
Yeah. I'd be interested to, or it'd be nice to see someone actually get them the right way round.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Because you see how you've done the white, red, white. You've done the red narrower.
I didn't mean to.
No, I'm not saying you did, but they were actually the specifications. I mean, they probably weren't painted exactly to spec, but the specifications were actually
The other way around.
white stripes were 1 foot wide each, and the red stripe was 2 foot wide.
I suppose it's like anything. I take it to the aircraft side of things. You look at D-Day's invasion stripes.
Yeah.
I expect there was a specification that said they had to be so many inches wide and all that. And when it came to it, they were put on with a broom.
Yeah.
Painted on with a broom.
So referring
Don't
to the
forget
book
that's
of
World War II as well, though, John.
yes, that's World War II, but
Yeah.
it has exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The thinner red and the thicker white.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know.
But
That's why it's not finished, and as you can see, there's overspray and all that sort of stuff like that.
it wasn't criticism. I just think.
No. I understand
That's
that.
an interesting
But
point.
I think when I
'Cause you've
started
done it
this
on the side,
build,
if you look.
I was saying that one of the reasons I wanted to build this is to finish this one as well. So,
Yeah.
if I do a diorama and having them sort of both together, they're unlikely to be together, but it'd look pretty cool. I think we'll see how we go.
The
There's
reason
no
that
if,
TRF
John. There's no if, John. It's when you do a diorama.
Well, I've got to work out what one is
So-
first. I've never done one.
that red and white TRF came about because at the end of 1917, beginning of 1918,
Yeah.
certainly after the Battle of Cambrai, the Germans captured a lot of the Mark IV tanks that were left on the battlefield, and they turned them into Beutepanzers. And what they
Bless you.
realised was, from a distance, the aircraft and the infantry couldn't see which ones were British and which ones were the Germans on the battlefield. So they decided to experiment by getting aircraft to fly over the field at 1,000 feet to see which marking stood out best. So in May 1918, they sent out this spec sheet saying, look, you need to paint this tactical recognition patch onto the top of the vehicles and the sponsons. So, yeah. That's how it came about.
Cool.
They decided that was the shape that stood out most at 1,000 feet.
So it's an early version of the orange.
Yeah, or the black chevron that's
Yeah.
used by British and Americans.
Yeah.
Black Hat says, so what's your thoughts so far about this Meng Whippet kit, gents? It's been on my radar for a long time.
Buy it, build it. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I love it. It's nice.
It's going together well.
It's my first ever World War One kit.
What we're finding is we've got the same gaps, little tiny gaps and stuff like that. Well, it's not little tiny, but you'll fill that up very easily.
It's modelling.
Yeah, it's modelling exactly, and yeah, it's a pleasure to build. It really is. So yeah, do it. I'm enjoying it now.
Not all of us have got gaps that big.
Modelling skills.
Yeah, skills and drills, baby.
Yeah.
Skills and drills. Yeah, it is a really nice kit. And I'm finally converting them to World War One stuff. Yay!
Oh well. I
It's stupid, isn't it?
Era.
Because I always used to say I don't like doing World War One stuff. At the end of the day, it's a load of plastic that you glue together. It doesn't matter whether it's World War One, World War Two, or or whatever. It's not a ship.
It's going to have to be a Renault 17 sometime in my future. That looks like a cool build.
That is a lovely kit. Especially if you paint the interior stuff. It is really nice. The diorama, though, I would suggest modifying it because it is very, very, I want to say boring, but
We're talking about the Meng one?
yeah, the Meng Renault 17.
Right, okay.
The diorama what you get with it is brilliant. It's a base, the big side of a trench and some boards sticking out and things like that. And it's really good that they've done that. But you can make so much more of it by adding figures or adding some duck boards and things like that across the bottom. So it's good as sort of a base. in terms of a bit a starting point, shall we say?
This is my first experience of a proper men kit, and I use the word proper probably incorrectly. The one men kit I built previously was the B-17 egg plane, which was great fun, but it goes together in about 20 minutes. This has sold me on more men kits of whatever subject they are, because it is really well designed. Plastic's nice, and the instructions are quite straightforward, even for a numpty old bugger like me.
Gary says, just finished my FX 148 Sabre. After all those stencils, I'm glad to see the end of it. Looking at the finished model, I'd give myself 4 out of 10 quite put. You're very harsh on yourself.
You're very hard on yourself, Gary.
Don't be so.
Are we talking about? I'm trying to remember which one it was. Is it? Is it green and grey?
It's the Sabre in my server.
I'd have to look at that.
See, I love deckling. I really enjoy it, and even stencils. Deckling and masking are two of my favourite parts of modelling, and I don't know why.
Yeah. Here's a question for you, Gary. Okay. So you've put the two sponsons together.
Yeah.
And you've moved on to and gone doing the tracks, yeah.
Yeah, I've got them on the side, as you can see there. They're in position, and I've started doing the tracks.
So steps 10 and 13 are the same for, well, one's left, one's right. And there's a series of hooks.
Yeah, I'm going to put them on later.
Later, okay. So yeah, because I'm thinking I'd break them off.
Yeah, that's my concern at the moment with those small parts. I'm going to go back and put them on later.
Right. So apart from, now right, the hulls together, the two sponsons are together. They then just go on. It's the three of them joined together. You got an extra bit B16 at the back, and then we've just got little, I guess just track links and. That's it. So apart from the tracks,
I'm gonna wang all the track links together. 68 links each side.
Can you count that?
Put them on, then I'll paint them and weather them and what have you separately.
I figure we've got 15 minutes left.
Yeah,
about
18. Yeah, something like that.
All right. Well, I might as well. What's
Jim
that?
says. Jim says, awesome, Mikey. Thanks for the history on that British marking. My smear Achilles has the same, and it made me wonder about it. No problem whatsoever. If you look on my channel, there is a video all about World War One tank paint schemes and markings.
That's a brilliant video, by the way, Mikey. Really informative. Great production.
Thank you.
Bit of a fan. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Kerry says 12 likes. Well done, guys. Thank you, Kerry. Kerry's Gary's biggest fan.
I don't think she is.
Oh, she's just here for the Aussie.
Yeah, I've been substituted out.
He says it was a father figure.
Well,
So as I said, I haven't built up much in the way of my channel stuff, but what I will have, I think, is more of an overview on what I'm doing, as opposed to, because I am enjoying this. But it's, again, the friendship, the banter, just the just the build experience. And I also really appreciate the ability to just go, this step here, how are you tackling that? And just getting an answer in real time. Whereas, say on certain other social medias, you can ask a question and then not get an answer for 3 days. And then, then you got all these arguments that start off and everyone's just sitting back watching going, what happened?
Yeah.
Sooner or later, somebody will mention that German dictator and everything gets banned anyway. It's just so much easier. If somebody says, yeah, don't do that yet, wait till the next step. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's all I need to know.
We're very diplomatic on this channel. Wow, we've hit a new record. We're up to 15 viewers. Excellent.
Wow.
So
All right,
let's change
so-
the banner around.
Have it upside down so I can read it.
Oh. Dip, 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 dip.
So where are the tracks? Oh, that's in
The only thing,
15.
sorry, John.
Okay. No,
so
got
the
it.
only thing I've noticed is quite quickly, I noticed that doing the lives as we are today is a lot easier than doing content for the channel that you pre-record, because you don't have to edit this.
No.
I spent all day Monday editing a what was I think a 7-minute video for YouTube.
Welcome to my world, dude.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I
these
enjoyed
are-
it, but I was conscious of the fact that I've been sat at my bench all morning and I hadn't put any plastic together.
That's one thing I am starting to miss is building models. I've got loads of models to build as well.
Well, no,
So-
you have a delivery every day.
I'm just reaching
Oh,
for my
fine.
hermaphrodite.
You were.
Yeah, so this is the Mark IV that I haven't finished yet. So this is a TACOM kit. It's not Meng. But from what I understand, the success of these tanks were based on the track design.
Mhm. The rhomboid shape.
No, the actual design of the track link.
Oh yeah.
So I just wanted to compare a TACOM one to a Meng one in the same scale. It should be the same size and everything else. So let's just do that publicly. No, because what they were saying, again, this is for everything I know about these is what I learned from Bovington and their wonderful Tank Chats videos. But what they were saying, oh, I know, and I've got a book, the Haynes Manual on the Mark IV. So
That is a
what it
good
was-
book. I've got that one.
What it
The
was saying
photos in
was,
it are cracking.
when they started with Little Willie and the first tank designs, they were pretty much like Caterpillar.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
Jake
German
is now
Americans.
giggling because you said Little Willie. I guarantee it.
Yeah, so the original track links from Caterpillar were fine when they're going over the top of here, but once I'd flip over, and if this was up off the ground, say, traversing a trench or something like that, the track would fall away and not necessarily line up again when it comes back onto the return rollers and everything else. So they had to come up with a design that not only holds it together, well, each linked to each other, but to stop it sagging when it fell off the bottom. So you had like runners, and that would be. So here we are. So this is yep. So brown is that going to focus? Brown is TACOM, black is Meng, and they are the same, pretty much. Same track, size, detail, everything else.
Yeah.
Success.
Hurrah!
So the other thing was reaching across again and going for the TACOM instructions, because I could pull apart the other tank and show you, but it'd be easier if I just do it here. So these have, it's much the same design as the Whippet, with the number of wheels. In fact, they're the same rollers, but they don't have the roller bearings, which is why they don't have the round circle on the outside. But then you've got these guide tracks here that it's out of focus, but yeah, you get the idea. The track itself then goes along. It's like a train rail, and it stops it sort of moving too far one way or the other. But they're pretty much the same design of everything else. It came from the same firm, same. I can't remember his name. It wasn't.
William Foster's and Sons.
No, the designer of the track link. He was knighted. It starts with T. I can't recall now. It's probably Triton. William Tritton.
There we go.
Literally just read the Chinese. Stands out. Yeah, William Tritton. So yeah, it's all about the links and how they don't sag and don't fall off and stay together and don't get clogged up with mud.
When I come together, apparently.
About the links, no worries. It's all about the links, Song for every occasion. I'm here all week.
Harry says you need to get yourself an editor to do it for you. We do. Gary needs his own makeup artist and secretary as well. Anyone volunteering to polish that glorious head of his?
Well,
Get it to hype off.
Oh, we went up to 16 then, and then dropped down to 15.
Unfortunately, Taylor Swift is busy with her Eros tour at the moment. Eros tour, so she can't come and secretary.
Eros.
Eros.
Yeah.
Jim says, I hope more kit makers start to create a plastic track link that can be easily assembled like the Whippet tracks.
I'm going to say,
modern era armor.
if all main tracks are like this, and I'm sure if
The FT17 is.
John
No matter
Mayfield is around, he's our expert on tracks, he will be able to say yes or no. If all main tracks are like this, I'm going to do more Meng armor.
So that does work very well.
Well, the FT17 tracks are like this. They're the same. Very
They're
simple.
French.
Yes.
Oh,
That's interesting.
Oh.
That's why there's a little bend in there.
Malcolm Child sent a photo. Let's see what that is. Oh no.
oh no, he's not been sending photos again, has he?
I reckon that Captain Chaos was Malcolm.
You think?
Look what Malcolm's doing at home.
He's watching us.
He's watching us. Hello, boss.
Boss.
Shush, Dad's here.
Rakat says, even the Meng A7V tracks clicked her. I've got that kit.
Yeah?
But it's an expensive kit, so I don't think we could do it as a buddy build.
This is, yeah, these tracks do go together nicely. I think I am going to enjoy this. I did enjoy the other one.
It's an expensive kit. I don't think we can get that one past Marion.
No. I got it on sale for about 50-something quid.
That's not expensive. And I don't mean that in a blasé way.
Yeah. Yeah, but like I said, that was on sale. It's usually about 80 quid. I think I've got that the wrong way around. I think it's meant to go that way.
Oh dear. How are we doing for time? Oh, we've only got 7 minutes left. So get me tank tracks cut off, and then that'll be it.
15. It's fine.
Oh, pardon me.
You spanned.
Were you on to buy Zava? Cooler.
I'm actually cutting these links off in time to the music.
Nice one.
As the music stops and it starts cutting his fingers. I mean, I am due to open a bit of claret at this point. I don't know.
Yeah,
You've not done it this week, have you?
No, Kerry Ann's most disappointed.
I'll move the knife away.
Oh, I just had a message. What's my message? I've had one. Oh God, what's going on here?
It's all right, Malcolm. We don't need health and safety on this one.
Malcolm Child sent a photo. Oh, it's the same photo. Good man.
Sorry, John's doing this at his own risk.
Yeah. John signed a waiver.
Signed away his life.
He's got a stunt double. Well, hello.
I spilled my own, a different type of red.
Well, still claret. So it'll do. Is it one of your box wine?
Oh God, yes. No, can't afford the good stuff.
You know, box wines have got a bit of a reputation over here in the UK.
Have they?
Yeah, only certain people drink box wines.
Who's that then? Allegedly, we'll put it in as allegedly.
Allegedly, it's people who like to drink frequently and are perhaps a little cheap.
That's true, but Australian wines, I personally believe that they're some of the best in the world. Well, it's not just me that
Not that you're
personally believes
biased.
that as well. And not all of them come in casks, but I'll tell you what though, I was in the Barossa Valley, which is I guess one of our main sort of wine regions, and we're in in a winery. And I had, have a look at the menu, see these are the wines available, blah, blah, blah. And one of them was like, it's, I think it's $120. I remember saying to Bron and her sister, there's no way a bottle of wine is worth $120. Like, wine is wine, really, and all, blah, 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 blah. The table next to us finished up, but they didn't want to finish the whole bottle. So they basically said, hey, do you want this? In fact, the waitress came over and said, they would like you to finish this if you like. Sure. I'll tell you what, it tasted like it was worth $120. It's beautiful. It's like an angel crying on your tongue.
When I was working for a company who I won't mention, but had their headquarters in Soho Square in London, we went out for our Christmas do to a champagne bar in London.
Mm.
And we were drinking bottles of red wine that were £56 a bottle. And it tasted no different than the £3 bottle in Aldi.
Yeah, that's true. But I get casks because they're cheap, but it also it tastes bloody good too. But
See,
anyway,
I don't
that's
drink
enough
wine.
about me and my drinking sort of habits. I don't drink
Oh,
all the
that
time.
coffee was absolutely lovely.
Looking at this, it's not. If you were to put the track sponsons on, it's not really going to affect anything.
No, it's not.
No.
It's not. I came to that conclusion quite quickly. I think next week what I'm going to do is I might focus at the beginning on filling the gaps that I've got.
Yeah.
And then go back to the track links because, although they're very easy to do and there's only 68 each side, God, that's boring.
Well, next week I'm going to put the sponsons on. I'm not going to do it now because I want to make sure I've cleaned everything up on these edges and stuff.
Yeah.
And I want to give the sponsons chance to set properly before they start taking any weight or anything.
Yeah.
Chalky says, "Where's the blood? I only came for the blood." And Tiff says, "Are you a vampire, Chalky?"
Sure.
Right,
Well,
gentlemen.
I can't give you the blood angels, but I will give you a what do they call them? What are they? The ultramarines? Sure. Not
Oh, yes.
mine. I did
The
not do that.
Warhammer.
My
Jim
very
says-
talented nephew did that.
That'll
Guys.
please, Rory. Does
Go.
anyone have an update on Mr. Skiffins? How is he doing? I spoke to James at length yesterday. He is still in hospital, John, and he's going to be there for quite a while. He's going to have triple bypass, but he's still got his sense of humour. He has a model kit that he's going to start on. And I think he said to me he may have to wait 3 or 4 weeks for the operation, and then it'll be 6 to 8 weeks recovery after that.
Yeah.
So not good, but he is still with us, and he's still got his sense of humour, and he's still dropping in on Discord as well quite regularly.
Yes. Right, gentlemen. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say he did show me what they served him for his
Oh,
lunch the other day,
Yeah, that
and
was
quite honestly,
appetizing.
that looked awful.
it was disgusting. So I sent him a picture of what I had for my tea last night, which was somewhat different.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Gary.
we're all thinking of James at the moment.
Yeah.
Right, Mikey.
Gary says, "Oh my God, the poor guy. That's dreadful." Yes, he's having a triple heart bypass.
At least he's still with us.
Yes.
Still funny looking.
The boss is in. He says he's still funny looking. Nothing the doctors can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terminal, unfortunately.
Well, here's the last thing. So I asked if, because we were on the Discord server last night. I asked if I could take a photo of him to forward to the podcasters in Australia on the bench. And he said yes, so I did that. And I'll bring up the photo.
It wasn't the best.
Let me put it on big screen.
Yeah, so the quote was, James says, quote, "I have come out of my cosmetic surgery and I'm all the better for it." So the photo, he posed for it. So this is me working on the Hornet. But in the background, you can see James there. Yeah. He's a funny guy. He's still got his sense of humour. It's wonderful. Yeah. So where am I? What have I done? I've completed the 2 sponsons. And yeah, there's no drama getting them together at all. One of the, as I was saying, the drive wheel, the axle didn't go together. That one here. The engines, there's one engine each side. Drives, a separate engine drives a separate track. That where that joins there didn't fit too well, so I flipped the wheel assembly around, and it went in perfectly. So they're done. That's untouched from last week, and I've cut one of 3 lots of tracks off. They need to be trimmed. That's where I am. What about you?
Who?
Gary.
Either. I don't know.
Come on, Gary.
Well, I have attached the. For a better phrase, the sponsons to the side. I have cut the tracks off, and I have made some tracks. I absolutely love them. I think they're really nice.
Keep them talking. I'm just putting these little wheels in.
Oh, keep them talking. Now you put me on the spot. So yeah, no, the tracks, absolutely loved them. Again, it's not the most interesting thing to do, but it was easy. As I say, next week what I'm going to do is I'm going to start filling all these little gaps that I've got. You can see there's one there. There's some at the back of the fighting compartment there. So I'll probably start next week by filling all those in, then build some more tracks. And then have a go at possibly whacking some primer down, which I might do off camera, because basically if I go to my spray booth, you're not going to see anything, because I'll have my back to
your arse, and that's about it.
Yeah, so I may do the painting off camera.
Yeah. It'd be a cracking show, though.
My back?
No, your arse.
Oh, right. A cracking show. Oh, God.
Come on, Gary, keep up.
Oh, no, you keep telling me. Have I filled in enough now?
Kind of. I'll put that last one in a minute. Right. Never mind that.
Where are you at?
Where me? Right. Where me? Where am I up to? Okay, so obviously got that. Look, very little gaps.
Bottling skills.
I've done them. This is cool. And I'm just putting the last one of these little stupid wheels in the top here.
Because it popped out like mine did.
No, it snapped.
Broken in half.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, that's what I'll be doing. I'll be sorting that out in a minute. Come on for me. There we go. Right. Jim says, "Thanks for the broadcast, guys. Always a pleasure to tune in."
It's been a pleasure to talk to you, Jim.
Yeah, thanks for
as always. Yeah. Kerry says, "Something has flown into Benji's airspace."
Yes, he's turning into Grumpy Dog.
Oh, my hair's dry now.
Oh, look at my hair.
No, it's waiting to come on because come on here straight out of the shower, haven't I? Got dressed, got out of the shower, got dressed, and come on here. And my beard is looking fabulous, as always.
Glorious.
And
Glorious.
as for the pubes,
Now, you've always got to take that one step further, haven't you?
yeah.
The line in the sand is a dot to John.
Chalky says, great show, guys. I'm going to crawl back under my rock.
Nice to chat to you, Chalky.
Do keep in contact, Chalky.
Yeah, we're here next week, same time. Don't forget to tip your waitress.
Yeah, this is fun. Thanks again, gents.
It's all right. Do you want to say goodbyes?
Very
It's goodbye from me, and have a great week, and look after yourselves, and I'll see you next week.
All right, guys. See you later. Well,
Take
I'll
it
catch
easy.
you in a minute. But yeah. Bye.
Cheers.